Hi students, welcome to VerandaRace. Vanakkam. How are you all? I'm sure you are doing fine. So let us start today's session. We have an English session in which we are going to discuss wonderful questions, very level questions. So let us start the session today with a mixture of a variety of questions. Let's start today. So we have some brilliant assortment of English questions for you all, right? So we'll start off with error spotting questions. So first question is, repeated school closures have led young students to forego learning at the grassroots level. Okay. Repeated school closures have led. See, the error lies here. It should be LED because the third form of, see, it's have led. So have plus led. It should be have plus V3. That's the correct structure of present perfect. Okay. So the third form of lead verb, L-E-A-D is lead, led. The spelling is LED. So repeated school closures have led young students to forego learning. Forego means to relinquish, to give up. So repeated school closures have led young students to forego means give up learning at the grassroots level. So the error is in part B. So we'll mark the answer as B. I hope it's clear to you because the third form of lead is led. L-E-A-D lead, led, L-E-D led, leading, leads. These are the 5 forms of the verb. Clear? Next question. The penetration of two-wheelers is low in India. The penetration of two-wheelers is low in India in comparison with another developing countries. It's a very simple question. You can see in the part D, we can see it's written another developing countries. Another means the next one. But we are talking about the other developing countries. Other means leaving India, the other developing countries. Developing means those countries which are developing. Means the countries were not entirely third world countries, not are developed countries, but are developing countries like India. Then we have Bangladesh, like we have other neighboring countries of the Indian subcontinent. So it's like another developing country. So it should be other, O-T-H-E-R. The penetration of two-wheelers is low in India in comparison with other developing countries. So answer there is in part D. I hope you have understood. Not another. Another means the next one, and other means leaving India apart, all other countries. Clear? Okay. Next question. The priority sector tag is given to those sectors. The priority sector tag is given to those sectors that the government and the RBI consider important. The priority sector tag is given to those sectors that the government and the RBI consider important for the development of the basic needs. For the development of the basic needs of the country and are to be given priority over other sectors. We'll go one by one, part by part. The priority sector tag is given to those sectors that the government and the RBI consider important for the development of the basic needs of the country and are to be given priority over other sectors. There is no error, students, in this question because the only error that could have been was are to be given, but we are talking about those sectors, so are to be given is correct. Okay, no error in this question. Next question. The Reserve Bank of India is in the process of reviewing the status. The Reserve Bank of India is in the process of reviewing the status of loans lent to the infrastructure sector between 2010 and 2015. Loans lent, it should be lent, L-E-N-T and not lent, L-E-N-T. Loans lent, it's a past tense, right? Not, so L-E-N-D is the present tense form. Lend, lent, lending, lends. So it should be L-E-N-T. That is the correct verb, the past tense form. Fine. So error is in part C. Next question. The infrastructure sector mainly comprises power, telecom and road projects. The infrastructure sector mainly comprises power, telecom and road projects where resolution through the bankruptcy process hasn't yielded the desired results. So So it should be the desired results. Desire is a verb. The third form is desired, which also acts as an adjective. Desire, desired, desired. It's a past participle form, desired, which acts as an adjective also. So it should be desired results, not the desired results. Okay, clear? So we have understood these 5 questions very well. Moving ahead to the next segment, which is, so students, moving ahead to the next segment, we have questions of fillers. So let us start today's, let us start with filler questions. India will increase expenditure on surveys of domestic hydrocarbon assets. India will increase the expenditure on surveys of domestic hydrocarbon assets to dash the country from crude oil price shocks. To dash the country from crude oil price shocks. So shock is something which is negative word, right? So the increase in expenditure will try to save India, right? Save India from price shocks, crude oil price shocks. So which is the word which is like similar to save? That is insulate. So you have seen wires in your house which are copper wires that carry the electricity. They are covered with certain kind of plastics which save people from getting electrified, shocked, or get electrocuted. So that's the word, because insulate, that means to save. That means to save. So here it should be insulate, especially insulate people against shocks. That's a very, coincidentally, it is very well placed word over here. So insulate will be the correct answer. Clear? Next question. The RBI has been doing a good job. The RBI has been doing a good job in dash banks to reduce the incidence of unclaimed deposits. Okay. The RBI has been doing a good job in dash banks. So if we see expanding banks to reduce the incidence of unclaimed deposits, which are deposits made in the bank which are not claimed by anyone. So it should be like the RBI wants to ask bank to reduce. So in dash, so it should be like supporting kind of thing, or trying to convince banks. So persuading will be the correct option. So RBI has been doing a good job in persuading banks, convincing banks to reduce the incidence of unclaimed deposits. Rejecting banks, reducing banks, marking banks is incorrect. So persuading would mean convincing banks, trying to cajole banks, right? So this is the perfect word. Next question. The Indian government has taken a series of measures to dash energy security and improve efficiency in the use of energy for sustainability. So here is a word called improve efficiency. So it's like energy security. So it should be a positive word, right? So it should be a positive word which should increase energy security. So which word is synonymous to increase? There's only one word called enhance. Enhance energy security would be the perfect word. So other words are like create energy security, produce energy security. They are not perfect words. So enhance would mean increase the energy security. So this will be the correct answer, enhance. Moving ahead to the next question. Hydrogen and ammonia are considered future fuels. Hydrogen and ammonia are considered future fuels and dash substances to replace fossil fuels. So if you see something replaces another thing, so it should be a good substance or it should be a perfect substance. So perfect substance is to replace fossil fuels. Perfect can only be replaced by ideal. Ideal is the only word that can replace perfect. So hydrogen and ammonia are considered future fuels and ideal substances to replace fossil fuels. Clear? Moving ahead to the next question. The dash towards energy security gains more significance. The dash towards energy security gains more significance at a time when the ongoing Russia-Ukraine crisis has raised energy cost across the world. So what kind of word should be there? It should be like steps, the steps towards, which is the only word which is like related to steps is quest. Quest means search or steps taken further. So the quest towards energy security gains more significance at a time when the ongoing Russia-Ukraine crisis has raised energy cost across the world. So quest is the perfect word. Quest means search. Quest means further steps. Okay. So search through taking further steps. Referendum means the common voting of all people. When people give their voting for a particular point through consensus, through common consensus, that's known as referendum. Preference, link and way, you know the meaning, so the answer would be quest. Okay, moving ahead to interchange of words. Okay, the biggest dash to the world economy is that a prolonged risk, the biggest crisis. Okay, so I think A is fixed. I'm sure A is fixed. Wait, the biggest crisis to the world, the biggest risk to the world, that will be the better answer. So AB have to be replaced. So AB, the biggest risk to the world economy is that a prolonged crisis could tip the world into stagflation, a combination of high inflation and low economic growth. Very easy question. So A, B, C, D will be the correct answer. So the biggest, we can check the biggest risk to the world, and here it's a prolonged crisis could tip the world into stagflation, a combination of high inflation and low economic growth. That's the definition of stagflation. When where there is high inflation and low economic growth, that's known as stagflation. So answer will be A, B and C, D. Clear? Moving ahead to the next question. One of the biggest challenges that the Indian bamboo industry faces today. So I think A and B are fixed. A and B are fixed. So this is not the answer. This is not the answer. This is not the answer. So this will be the answer, I'm sure. Let us check. Now, the biggest challenge that the Indian bamboo industry faces today is the extremely high input cost owing to the inadequate utilization. So this will be the correct answer. No need to explain this much because we know that if A and B are fixed, so C and D may be replaced here. We can check that, right? Next question. Financial status have, status have, this has to be replaced because it's have over here. So which is the plural form of word over here? Companies. Financial companies have sought, so A and B will be replaced, no doubt. Financial companies have sought priority sector lending status for the money they get from banks to give loans for buying two-wheelers. Very easy question. So A, B and C, D must be replaced. So A, B and C, D is the answer. Let us read this question again. Financial companies have sought priority sector lending status. Financial companies have sought priority sector lending status for the money they get from banks to give loans for buying two-wheelers. This will be the answer. Clear? Moving ahead to the next question. The government is mulling on ways to ensure an anonymity of users of the central bank digital currency, just like paper or metal based fiat currency. Okay. See, A is fixed. A is fixed, so we can remove this option. So we are left with B, D and C, D. Let's check again. The government is mulling on ways to ensure. I think no interchange is required because B is also fixed. C is also fixed. So if C is fixed, this is also out. We can reject it. The government is mulling on ways to ensure perfect fit. So the answer will be no interchange required. Clear? Because all the words are fixed and we cannot replace those words with any other word. Clear? Okay, moving ahead. Unified payments interface has been at the forefront of, so A is fixed, has been at the forefront of India's digital payments revolution. So A is fixed, so we can remove this option. Just a moment, students. We can remove this option. Has been at the forefront of India's digital payments revolution, making faster payments into retail mode than any other online mode. Making faster payments into retail inroads than any other online mode. Retail payments. Okay, let us read once again. So A is fixed, at the forefront of India's digital payments revolution, making faster inroads into retail payments than any other online mode. No, it's no interchange is required. So that's perfectly fit of question. So let's moving ahead. We have rearrangement, the last segment of this session, the last part of this session. So let's see which is the first sentence. Digital technologies, we have to arrange it, right? It's a para-jumble question, so we have to arrange it. Digital technologies penetration into agriculture is used to boost rural development, accelerating the integration of online and offline iterative mode innovations and new form. We're just checking which is the first sentence. We are checking the first sentence. So it says digital technologies penetration. So it talks about a new, does not talk about a new concept. It says digital technologies penetration, which means already something has been talked about. So this is not the first sentence. It issues a series of, cannot be the first sentence. Rural economy commerce has greatly enhanced the stability of the supply chain. Cannot be the first sentence. Remember, China has attached great importance to the digital economy in rural developments in recent years. It's an introductory statement. Remember, so D will be the first sentence. D, we'll mark D as the first sentence. Okay, China has attached great importance to the digital economy in rural development in recent years. It means China. So D, B will be the second sentence. It issues a series of policies to support the development of digital economy in rural areas. Now, development of digital economy in rural areas. So digital technologies penetration. So DBA. Let's read A for that matter. Digital technologies penetration in agriculture is used to boost rural development, accelerating the integration of online and offline and iterative innovations and new formats and models such as live e-commerce, influencer marketing, community group buying have led to the boom in rural China. DBA. Mobile phones have become new agricultural tools. Okay, it can be the fourth sentence. Let us check C also. Rural e-commerce has greatly enhanced the stability of. We have to select between E and B, E and C. So let us check after A what comes. So A talks about integration of online and offline digital penetration into agriculture, influencer marketing, community group buying have led to a boom in rural China. It talks about the boom in rural China. So after A what should come? Mobile phones have become new agricultural tools and data new agricultural materials, and live broadcasting has become a new agriculture. So this is kind of boom we are talking about, right? What boom has come? So DBAE will be the fourth sentence. Let's check C. Rural e-commerce has greatly enhanced the stability. Yeah. So here it talks about the mobile phones and live broadcasting becoming the new agricultural work. So C should be the last sentence. C talks about an entirely concluding statement. Rural e-commerce has greatly enhanced the stability of the supply chains of agricultural products and promoted the rapid growth of farmers' incomes, playing a unique role in winning the battle against poverty and ensuring the stable production and supply of agricultural products. So this is the final order, DBAEC. I'm sure you understood this concept. So let us move ahead and summarize today's session. Today we learned a lot of things like interchange of words, error spotting, fillers, and also rearrangement of sentences, parajumbles. I hope you enjoy the session. Thank you so much.
உங்களுக்குன்னு ஒரு அடையாளம், அதுவே எங்கள் லட்சியம். Veranda Race, பேங்கிங் மற்றும் கவர்மெண்ட் தேர்வுகளுக்கான ஆன்லைன் மற்றும் ஆஃப்லைன் பயிற்சி.